Hey, Gary. Yo. Couldn't sleep. Woke up hours ago. I made this one. This is on a channel called Marvin Backing Tracks. I only put the channel up so I could play with the tracks. You watch that? Where have you been? Dude, what's going on? 10s on the Strat, and I use 13s on the jazz guitar. I used to use 11s for like most of Marvin, but then just one day I was just like, why am I doing this? I have a wah pedal. I don't use it much. Welcome to Paris. Invite us. Hola. It's Sur and T. What up, dudes? That was sick. Thank you. Jens only posts edited videos of himself playing slow. Tomo edits, but always because then Danny gets live and just kills it from the dome. Off the dome, right? Yeah. Well, because I am not a traditional content creator. I was forced into this life by the constraints of having kids and, not being able to tour full time. So I actually played like every night for like 3 to 5 hours live since I was like 22 till like 37. So it's just something else happens when you just don't teach all day or sit at home. And it's just undeniable. And not to toot my own horn, I'm not the only one, but there's people whose trajectory in life just has this thing called experience, and people who don't and pretend. There's a lot of people pretending out there. It's not nice to say, but it's true. I don't want to. Can't hurt the reader. Don't talk about Polyphia. They're my favorite band. Do another How to Stevie Ray Vaughan? No, I'm good. I'm good on that. Marvinicole. Yeah, dude, that album. Pretty good, right? That drummer, Paul Wertico from Pat Metheny Group, that's on there. Chef's kiss. He's so good. Just a joy to play with. Um, I don't know what that means. I don't know revocation. I don't know any of this shit. I was just kidding. Um, let's see. The story Marbenico. It's songs that Danny, the saxophone player, wrote. I didn't write any. I wrote one of those tunes, but like we just decided to like take all the songs that we couldn't figure out what to do with Marvin because they're a little bit like low temperature for what we do live. And just like record them all and have Paul Wertico from Pat Metheny Group play on them because he was the right guy for that kind of music. And it's all guitar solos. There's no saxophone solos on that whole album. Polyphia got my 36-year-old ass playing guitar again when I saw Polyphia playing God Unplugged on my feed. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it's you like what you like, you know. Next album is certainly like a normal Marvin album. Trying to record it in September. Oh, they're coming to Rochester. Thanks for the super chat. That just bought you a lap dance at the show. From me, of course. Hi. Wish you'd come to Portland. Oh, we love Portland. I love everything you got over there. The weather, the homeless, the civil unrest, Antifa. You guys are the shit. We played. I told my dirty horse story, which is a funny story on stage there at like this church venue, and this lady at work like wrote an email to the owner like to complain about our show because of the story. She's like, I don't think he said the story was dirty horse, but I think he said dirty whores. It's so good. But yeah, it's a fine city. Too much shredding is not good for you, you know. A little bit goes a long way. Screw that distortion. Play some jazz over here. Can't believe the backing tracks don't come with a scat. Gotta get rid of some of that delay. That doesn't go with jazz. That's not jazz. All right. Yeah, baby. You coming to the iridium? You know what's really interesting? What's really interesting is in jazz, like if you're playing these kind of tempos, like ballads, there's a real temptation to play bullshit. And I get like this is like one of my pitfalls. Like you work so much on playing eighth notes, like this like do dee da do dee do do, and triplets do 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 dee do do dee do do, and 16th notes digga 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 digga. But you forget about like what a measure is and this kind of thing. And like a measure is like a room, right? If you think about like how a singer would play this tempo, like once you have, like if you don't have any chops, then like, you know, at the beginning you might be tempted to just find a way to, like, you know, finding the right notes that go with the chords, could be like, you know, like you have like triplets, eighth notes, 16th notes, and it fills up the space. But when you're in this mindset, you sort of forget about just how a melody is supposed to sit on the measure. Like if Louis Armstrong was to sit about, like how would you occupy space in a way that feels like you're filling it up well, right? Think about it like each measure like a container. And when you're just in this subdivided thing and you forget about kind of like the way this music should sound when it's sung, you lose sense of what's in the center of the measure, like how to just fill it up nicely. And like if I like the actual melody for that tune, right? That's what the melody teaches you, like how a groove would like to be tickled. Do do dee 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 do, be do. So like this kind of like melody is driving to do to the beginning of measure. To do with long notes. Today. So if you kind of like make the statements like heavy on the other side of the measure, things start sounding noodly real quick. So if I go like, you know, play it the way you should play it, like. That's the idea. Anyways, yeah, let's play some jazz. Why not? Bro, can you glide perfect song leads? What? What are you saying? Let's see. Marvin, what do you usually play or improv over diminished passing chords? Depends what the diminished passing chord is in the harmony. If it's 5 of 2, if it like depends what it substitutes, right? So you have in every key, every diminished chord has a role. So like if you're in C, you have 12 diminished chords that all mean something, and some of them can mean more than one thing, depends where they're going. So yeah, like when you see like Wes Montgomery play a blues, right? Like you're a blues in F, and you hear like right, he has like all. So blues can lead, like, you know, when you have like these diminished passing chords, they can come from the diminished scale, they can come from. Diminished only exists in 3 scale systems: diminished scale, symmetric diminished, harmonic minor, and harmonic major. There are no more diminished chords. So it's one of those 3. So yeah, that's the basic idea. So if you recognize it correctly, then you know what to play on it. Unless you believe in like the Barry Harris magic, that's a different thing. All right, so I have 5 more minutes before my next lesson. Go unaccompanied. Do I play a blues? Is Marvin, no, Marvin is Markovich Rabin, me and the saxophone player's last names. Scissoring. That's right, Blake. That's right. All right, I got to go to a lesson. See ya later. Don't worry about substitutions.